Really appreciate you all and for those who watching the channel and these sorts of things. I want to say this: do not buy into the NFL power ranking. It's a good deal. It's a good deal to look on the chart and see, well, some polls got the Dallas Cowboys ranked number 4. Some of them got it ranked number 7. Hell, some of them still got us ranked 12th and these sorts of things. Do not buy into that, because all it does is force feed the narrative. And then they got a lot of talk tracks to go back and forth over some meaningless stuff. It's only week 1. All we got to do now is still continue to do what got us there for week 1. Take it one day at a time. Study your opponent, study your opposition, and win against those guys. I will say this: when you look at the total scheme of everything, and you look at the media and what they say, the talk track. Well, the Cowboys haven't played anyone. Of course, it's only week 1, and I'm listening to what Shannon Sharp had to say. Well, the Dallas Cowboys played the horrible Giants, and that should make them move up and these sorts of things. But I remind everybody, there's a certain team that plays the Jets twice a year. They play the Bills twice a year. They play the Miami Dolphins twice a year. Oh, so you don't compute, you don't calculate, you don't formulate, you don't put that into the equation as well as it relates to NFL power rankings. You got a team that basically get a free pass to the playoff every year. But that's why I do not buy into those power rankings. What we need to do is still just look at it and say, hey, there was a divisional game. We won that game. We look good against a divisional team. And I will say this: if the shoe was on the other end of the foot, they would be talking about doom and gloom and fire this guy, and this guy can't do this. He can't win clutch games, can't win opener games. So it goes back and forth. It's like a conundrum. So I will say this: let's just focus on what we can control. And then on top of that, dominate your opposition. It's Wednesday. The next day is going to be Thursday, and the next day is going to be Friday. Let's get that injury report. Let's make sure that everybody is working out. Make sure that everybody is on the same beat. And then on top of that, study your opposition. Let's break them down. The Redskins are next. Let's give them all full undivided attention. That's what we need to focus on. So I don't really buy into the power rankings, because there's always going to be somebody saying that this team is less inferior because of this and because of that. But at the end of the day, just at the end of the day, they all are professional football teams. They all have the same amount of salary cap. They all have the same amount of opportunities to play. It's just that some teams are better than the others. And on top of that, yes, so what? Some people say that the Eagles are a fully equipped roster. Some people say the Eagles are trash. Some people say that the Dallas Cowboys shouldn't be ahead of the Eagles. Some people say the Eagles are far beyond better than the Cowboys. And some people say the Cowboys are far beyond better than the Eagles. I will say this: let us meet up with the Eagles, because the last time they beat us was in 2017, if you know what I mean. So that's a long time. That's a long time. And I think they won because we set some people out or something like that. It was crazy, or whatever happened. Well, they single-handedly won that game, I think, in 2017. But outside of that, Cowboy Nation, we own the East. The main goal is, for right now, is to dominate your division. And we won one divisional game right now. Let's go get another one, and let's stack that on to the top of each other, and let us get into the playoffs. Let us continue to dance inside the playoff. Boy, we can hit some wildfire from there. Other news, they glossing over the news with Antonio Brown. My thing is, with Antonio Brown, I have to bring this up. The allegations or what have you with the lady, I don't know all of the stories, so I can't contextualize it, but I can tell you one thing. He's in the right wheelhouse. He got the best advice for all of the world, because everybody know that Robert Kraft, his nefarious situations that happened this offseason, he can skate on thin ice now. Matter of fact, he's off of thin ice. Matter of fact, nobody's even talking about it. It's like it never exists. It's like the NFL said, you know what? He's one of our cash cows. He brings in so much revenue, and they are a winning organization. Let's not even talk about it. He probably slipped ESPN some money. He probably slipped NFL Network some money. He probably slipped a whole bunch of organizations and national media some money, so they won't even talk about it. But a lot of people don't like to know the truth, right? But I can tell you, Robert Kraft gonna look at Antonio Brown and say, hey, there's nothing wrong with doing whatever you did or allegedly did to a woman. You just got to do it in a massage parlor. You got to figure out a way to get done. You got to get your rocks off in another way. But he's in the right location, Antonio Brown. He's in the right location. This stuff is going to be all swept under the rug. You guys know how this thing go. I can't lie to kick it with you all. That's how it actually goes. And another thing that I want to pull up too, as far as this team, I will say, against the Washington Redskins, I'm moving back to Cowboys talk, of course. The Washington Redskins, they got a good defensive front. They down a man. So last week our running backs didn't get off because it was kind of rusty and they was trying to get things going. So hopefully, and I mean just that, this weekend, my guy Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard can rip it open for them. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let me know how you all feel. Let me know if you are on the same page that I'm on as it relates to the conversational piece. Don't buy into the NFL power rankings. It's good to have those feelings. It's good to know that your team is doing their thing out there. And I'm not saying do not celebrate within yourself, but don't think too high of it. Don't think too much of it, because it's just week 1 and now we're moving over to week 2. And the narrative, it's kind of cheap narrative, but the narrative is right now for the Cowboys, we haven't played anyone. But I remind everyone, if we were to lose, oh man, they've been talking about doom and gloom. They've been talking about, oh man, they've been talking about Ezekiel and off the field and on the field contract talk, distractions and things like that. Can they really win with Dak Prescott? But now that we won, the narrative has changed. If you think I'm lying, listen to Speak for Yourself, Jason Whitlock and those boys. Listen to them. Watch how they change the narrative on Dak Prescott. Yeah. All right, Cowboy Nation, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. Thank you all for commenting, sharing this content, and growing the Facebook page. That's remarkable. Really appreciate you all. And don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Only thing that I want to be able to celebrate this year will be that Lombardi trophy. That's what I want to celebrate. That's what I want to talk about. Power ranking the Cowboys Super Bowl victory over the other current Cowboys Super Bowl or past Cowboys Super Bowl victory. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to power rank. Which Super Bowl was the best? All right, love you all, and remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace.